You have no idea the horrors I've went to just to get some good ass quality on my videos. I'm currently using UCam. This is my final resort. If I can't use anything else, then I'm gonna have to start recording with this again. Because my other camera I had, that was my mother's phone. She got took that away because I was next to hers. So, anyways, but I actually gotta make a quick announcement right quick. A couple of before I start this review. First off, this will be my final video from this channel. My other videos will be on another channel I started called Wiley Music. That's where I talk about my rap stuff. That's where I'm actually going to do another series. And I got to give a shout out to Gully Boy. I got this idea from him to, gather, just talk about a bunch of songs, talk about music on that channel. I'll dedicate music to that channel, and I'll dedicate gaming to this channel. I may talk about anything I can on both those channels, but overall, to me, my final video on that channel, and I suggest you go subscribe to Wiley Music, because that's where I'm going to be doing the rest of my reviews. Second of all, you already heard about the SoundCloud junk going on, so I'm just being better be safe than sorry. So, hey. So I'm going to be recording all my music for my upcoming album, The Midnight Theory, on Bandcamp rather than SoundCloud. It'll still be on SoundCloud, it's still there, so enjoy it, we still got it, but once that's away, it'll be on Bandcamp. So, if you want to know my name, it's Dash on the Abstract, I'll put in a link below, and yeah, let's get into this dang review. What up? It's your boy, Dash on Barley, aka What up? It's your boy, Dash on Barley here, aka D446, and today we're doing another album review on another classic album. An album I actually listened to recently while playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And overall, I enjoyed this album a lot. And today we're going to be reviewing 93 Till Infinity by Souls of Mischief. What you think we're going to be reviewing? Beats, Rhymes of Life? Please. And I'm doing this for a reason. As the name suggests, this came out in 1993, so it's relevant because this was released during Midnight Marauders came out, and that album seen a lot of success, charting #1 on the charts for a while. But this album's relevant. So for those who don't know who Souls of Mischief are, I think you've been living. Yeah, I'll do my best to explain to you. Souls of Mischief is a rap group, a sub-rap group, from the Holographics clique. Now, if those guys sound familiar, or don't, then they're led by, correct me if I'm wrong, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. You know what I'm trying to say, just, Del is part of that. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, then he did work with the Gorillaz on the tracks, Clint Eastwood, and Rock the House. And though if he did more work with the Gorillaz aside from those two tracks, let me know, because I like the Gorillaz. I genuinely do. I'm currently listening to the album Demon Days. I know I'm a bit behind, but I just want to listen to the older albums before going up. But that. Not about the Gorillaz, it's about Souls of Mischief today. So Souls of Mischief is made up of 4 members. Those 4 members are Tajay, A+, Festo, and Dope. Ope. He's dope. OBO, to be specific. So, this album is actually really good, and of course, you will get that Del the Funky Homo Sapien vibes. Kind of for this whole album. Kind of like the song Mr. Dabalina. If I said that wrong, don't bullshit me on it, please. But anyways, so overall, but I gotta mention one thing first, it's the production. This production is some of the best production I've heard for a while now. I mean, you will get that Tribe Called Quest feel to it, but they don't clearly just rip off a tribe saying, "Oh, hey, but we're ripping off a Tribe Called Quest." No, they have a distinct sound to it to make them, stand out in alternative hip hop. And all the production is some of the production is handled by Domino, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, A Plus, Casual, and J Biz. And wow, my voice broke. That voice breaking though. Anyways, a lot of these guys handle a bunch of this production, and overall, it's just they do a pretty good job at it. So, alright. So, overall, all these guys also stand out due to their flows, their voice, and their schemes of rapping. So, take for instance the opening track, Let 'Em Know. Though there's not really much to cover lyrically on here, some of the references here to some of my favorite things. I do like Festo's opening verse where it talks about Return of the Jedi. Here we go. Overall, it's sort of just a freestyle of sorts. Kind of like they're just, bugging out. They don't exactly, care. They're just having fun with it. And I can respect that. I really can. But I think now would be a good time to talk about my thoughts on each one of the members and talk about how I can describe their flows. So, here we go. Tajay is the average one in the group. He's not too unique, but he's still pretty good. He has this average kind of thing. He sort of sounds like your average everyday rapper, but he still sounds pretty good. Though his voice kind of gets deep on a couple of tracks, his voice sounds rather normal. But either way, his voice sounds very different than his talking voice. If you know what his talking voice is like, then you've seen 93 Video music video. Okay. Then I don't know. I always seem to mistake Opio and A Plus a lot. I seem to keep mistaking those two for each other. I mean, they both, on some tracks, A Plus voice can kind of lower a little bit. Sounds a bit weird on an angle. 1 second. Oh, alright. Yeah. Sounds weird to a degree, but on the plus side, it still sounds pretty fun. It sounds pretty good, and it's not too bad. I've heard worse, but overall, they both have just somewhat of a high-pitched delivery at some points. Well, not like annoyingly high-pitched like Lil Wayne, but sort of just high-pitched that you can sort of your man's all right. It's a bit noticeable, but A Plus voice also deeps a couple of tracks, but Opio is the one that stands out. But my personal favorite out of the group has to be Festo. Due to his voice does stand out a little bit. It's a bit, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds a bit breaky, like his voice is about to crack any minute. But the part that really does stand out is his flow. His flow on the tracks is pretty fast. Not like extremely fast to the point where you can't know what the he's saying. I'm talking to you, designer! And Busta Rhymes, too. Busta Rhymes. Alright. Alright. So his flow is pretty fast on a little bit, some of the tracks. So kind of like on the track Never No More and A Name I Call Myself by A Name I Call Myself, excuse me. And overall, those tracks are pretty good, and Festo's the one that stands out to me, in my opinion. So, with that out of the way, and me talking about Let 'Em Know, it's sort of just a freestyle. They're not saying too much that stands out to me, in my opinion. Overall, these guys do make some really good messages, kind of like a Tribe Called Quest. But a lot of these have to do with somewhat of gang life. Because at the time, the West Coast was mainly known for just gang rap. Here, they break that trend, and live and let live kind of goes with that a little bit. And like the track suggests, like the name suggests, and also Festo's hook, which Sally's Munch is a low point to hit, in my opinion. It pretty much just says, I give and all I got. That's all I got to give. Y'all, you got to live and let live. Overall, yeah, this track is pretty good. It has a really nice beat. produced by Domino. And Domino did a pretty good job with that production with the dun-dun-dun-dun, boom, boom, with a nice, and it also has this jazzy vibe reminiscent of A Tribe Called Quest. You're gonna hear me saying that a lot. And you're also gonna get a little bit of a Far Side vibe. But then again, I think they also did a track with them at one point. I think, I'm not too sure, but I think they did. Overall, this one has a bit of a positive message, and though they kind of do it through a bit of a hypocritical storytelling, it's still a pretty good track for what it is. And then there are tracks that kind of touch on, well, them hopping a Tribe Called Quest at the moment, and in this era, a rap about girls was super duper common, and sadly, this album has that as well. And the biggest song about that is A Name I Call Myself. And like I mentioned earlier, A Name I Call Myself, there's one thing I will say, I love the beat. The beat is really good, but not being too overly sappy. It doesn't sound like a song about girls or whatever, but it still sounds so good. Dell, he did a good job with this production. Sounds somewhat jazzy but funky at the same time. Sounds really good. And all these guys do a really good job going with the subject matter of sex. That's pretty much what it freaking is about. That's pretty much kind of what it is. So overall, I like it. This is actually one of my favorite songs. It's kind of tied in there with, well, I mean, it's kind of tied up there with Electric Relaxation. It's pretty good. And then we gotta address the singles. Because this album didn't just blow up overnight. It had to get some singles up in there. And a lot of these singles are breakout tracks. Like That's When You're Lost, Never No More, and the fan favorite, which is actually the song that made me want to listen to this album, 93 to Infinity, which is kind of them talking about how they chill up in West Coast and not like saying how things get hectic, kind of like what Tajay said in the intro track. It's them trying to chill out in times where it's getting a bit hectic because, like I said earlier, gang life was a big thing back then during the West Coast era. So overall, 93 to Infinity was a standout track. And it's usually the track everybody will associate in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crazy. But do I listen to this and get vibes of Electric Relaxation? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments below if you get vibes like that. If you don't, then maybe I'm crazy. I mean, I'm going to stay in this room for the rest of my life. But anyways, the thing is, guys, actually, you can tell they really did try imitating A Tribe Called Quest in their art of storytelling, like the track which is showing how the track Anything Can Happen. This track is pretty much a story of revenge. Them trying to get back at somebody for Tajay or Opio trying to get back at somebody for killing their mother and pretty much, oh, spoiler alert, he gets shot. The guy gets shot. I thought I'd spoil that for you guys. So, for case you don't know, now you know. Maybe if you don't know, I don't care. Yeah, so this is a really good track, and the beat is really dark, and it just goes along with that. You'd be surprised how a lot of these tracks are somewhat upbeat. A lot of the tracks here, production, there's a lot upbeat and overall just jazzy and funky and overall just calm aesthetic. Anything can happen, sort of take that aesthetic, breaks its neck, and throw it out the window. Yeah, yes, I said that. Get over it. And also, once again, gang life. So this was Souls of Mischief response to all this gang life shit going on. Thanks to Tupac, the popularity of niggas with attitude, and the popularity of Ice Cube at the time, but that's not important. I'll review Ice Cube one day. And it's thanks to one of my friends' Instagram posts. You know who you are, that friend. What a way to go out was his response to that. It pretty much kind of talks about, well, the dangers of joining a gang, but it's also reminiscent of that one song by the Wu-Tang Clan, Tears, except, oh wait, this is 1993, so, yeah. So this is reminiscent of the song Tears, because it's not really much about gang life, but sort of about people dying due to stupid decisions. Weird enough, in Tears, RZA was talking about his brother dying due to not giving up money, And the Ghostface Killer, oh shit, the Ghostface Killer was talking about how, well, a friend of his died due to HIVs. Guess how Festo and Opio went out. I'll let you guess. I'm gonna give you some time to guess. Did you figure it out yet? No? Well, in case you didn't, okay, I'll tell you. Festo got shot while wanting to join a gang, hoping he got his back, but he pretty much, in the end, he got shot. And well, Opio pretty much talked about how he went out. 1 second. Yeah, Opio pretty much talked about how he went out thanks to sex and HIV. Yeah, you're getting, except his condom broke. Shit, damn it. God fucking damn it. Bringing it to, yeah, overall, I like this track. It has a really good message to it that you say, pretty much the same thing, just don't join gangs or else you're gonna be at a big risk to get shot. Overall, I can respect that. I can respect it. And then we got probably my favorite track out of this whole entire album, which is Tell Me Who Profits. I love this track, and it really does relate to me as a nerd. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm a fucking nerd. In case it's not obvious enough. So overall, this track has probably the best beat out of this whole entire album, and overall, this one has the best message of all. And Domino did a good job with this beat as well. And overall, the message here is pretty simple. It kind of deals with the theme of making money, of how making money, of joining a gang and being gang banging and shooting up niggas and selling drugs versus staying in school, getting a good education, and just pretty much being a nerd. And well, A plus talks about that part, the gang banging shit. And then Festo and Opio are kind of trading bars back and forth, about arguing over which is a better way to profit, being a nerd or being in a gang. And Tajay sort of ended off the gang thing. But overall, it's sort of a contradiction thing. But I feel Festo did the best job here because I can agree with him. He even said at one point, I think it went somewhere around like this. He pretty much kind of said, I think he said somewhere along the lines of, dang it, he said something like, dough. Now, he pretty much kind of said something along the line that you're better off being a nerd, and education will get you much further. Listen to Festo, kids. Listen to Festo. Get an education. Do good things with your life. Don't be gangbanging and get risk of getting shot. And it really is a good continuation to the song, What a Way to Go Out. Because you can tell that they're trying to avoid gangbanging by pretty much talking about not talking about the harshness of it, but pretty much saying, hey kids, if you don't do gangbang and stay in school, you'll get a good education and you won't die. It's actually a pretty good message. I will admit that, and with this jazzy aesthetic, this also funky aesthetic is really good. And a lot of the funky tracks, include that, and a lot more of the jazzy tracks include Make Your Mind Up, Make Your Mind Up. Oh, and the rest of those freestyles I was talking about somewhat. A lot of those are pretty much, that's when you're lost, this is how we do, and batting practice. And two of those other throwaway tracks, not like throwaway tracks, but they're still somewhat freestyles of sorts, is Make Your Mind Up and Never No More, which is another favorite track of mine. I love Never No More. And I might as well mention in Make Your Mind Up, they sampled Gangstar, where Guru said, take your time, recline, and make your mind up. Alright, so overall, this was good for the time, and this is an amazing album. It still holds up to this day. So, what's my final verdict? Like I said earlier, it's a good album. It holds up today, kind of like a Tropical Quest album. And it just shows that what the West Coast was able to offer. Because, like I said, at the time, it's just gangster rap, gangster rap, gangster rap, playing people getting off of gangster rap. Once again, NWA, we got Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg. Whoops, that's not West Coast. That's not West Coast, excuse me, sorry. But then again, I'm wearing a freaking Schoolboy Q hat. Well, Schoolboy's cute style hat. I dyed my hair red today. Oh wait, this is always dyed red. But anyways, overall, I enjoy this album. It's really good, and it shows what the West Coast is able to offer in terms of other music aside from gangster rap. It has this laid-back aesthetic, and even goes against the gang rap. I was saying, oh, we're dissing you. No, they're not. It has a laid-back aesthetic. And for those who don't like hip-hop, you'll actually like this album. It's funky, it's jazzy, it's pretty, not like super lyrical spiritual, but it got some pretty good lyrics here. Got some pretty good verses on here, mainly from Festo on some of those freestyle-like tracks, such as This When You're Lost. It's a really good aesthetic in 1993, and this album is important because some of your favorite rappers may have rapped over this. More so J. Cole on the warm-up mixtape. I was going to say album. It is mixtape. The warm-up mixtape that he did with Rock Nation or Cop Nation, or you want to call them. So overall, I give this album a 10. Actually, I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna go with a 9. I mean, the album is still great, don't get me wrong, but it's a 9 out of 10. But there's still something missing. I mean, there are plenty of rappers who are still able to not like do or freestyle directly, but maybe though. Actually, no, I'm going with a 10 out of 10. This album is just overall incredible. It's perfect. Well, not perfect. No album can be perfect. And we need more albums like this that's not afraid to experiment. And at the times of today, we really need those albums back. And I really am happy for Del the Funky Homo Sapien because he did get a career on his own, also with Gorillaz, and that's the first time I heard about him, and it led to me listening to this album. And I'm thinking about reviewing Dell someday. I don't know. I might do it, but I need the support, y'all. I need the support. I'm not going to keep uploading videos and just not having any likes and people sharing junk. You got to help me out, y'all. I'm trying to get views on this motherfucker, on this platform. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, or subscribe. While small subscription goes a long way to support this channel. It only takes a quick time of your day. I'm Dashawn Wiley, repping up NC, and color green. Oh, luxury. Ching, ching, can't buy anything. That, color green. Yeah, you already know who I'm representing. Thanks to this hat. Goodbye, sayonara, eat ramen.